I'm going to be ranking the best center cards right now in NBA 2K23 My Team. We have a tier list here ranking from S that goes all the way down to D tier, and we have about 30 of the best center cards currently in the game. So let me know in the comment section down below who are the center cards you guys are running on your squad currently, and let me know what you guys would change about my tier list. But looking at the first center here is going to be the Opal Hero Cousins. I would say Boogie's probably in that B tier category. I'm not exactly sure if he's an A tier center. I do like him a little bit more at power forward because he's only 6'10". He does have a really good player model and a 7'5" wingspan, which definitely helps him out at the center spot, but I would just say his defensive stats are a little bit lacking for a center card, also only being 6'10". You know, he does have good strength and good like speed and acceleration, which is cool. You know, jump shot solid, like he's a good all-around card. I just like him a little bit more at power forward, so I think B tier is going to be a fair spot for Boogie. Now Boban, I just don't know where to put this card because he's got 25 speed. I know he's like a giant. He's going to be so good at finishing around the rim, and he's basically unguardable, but just 25 speed, 25 acceleration. I just don't know if you could run a card that has that low speed where he's just going to be able to get ran around by every other center in the game every single play. So for me, I think I got to throw Boban in that D tier category. Mo Bamba is A tier. I think he's such a good center. Like, he is so nice at the center spot, especially the hero version where he's got 92 speed, and also the playoff version where he's got 92 speed, 92 acceleration. We know Mo Bamba is going to be an excellent defender, having a 95 interior defense, 96 block, 90 steal, 88 perimeter. He's 7 foot with a 7'10" wingspan and has a great player model in game. I like his jump shot, super easy to green, and it also feels fairly fast. And then he's got okay sigs where he can move and dribble the ball if he does need to, but all around, I think he's probably going to be an A tier center. Another A tier center, at least for now, is going to be the Opal Sabonis. I'm not 100% sure if I want to put him in S tier. Is he a top 5 center? Because that's usually what I do with S tier, is put the top 5 cards at that position in S tier. Is he a top 5 center? I just don't know, because he does have really good all-around stats, especially the hero version. He's 7'3" with a 7'6" wingspan. That jump shot, though, for whatever reason, it's the Kyle Anderson upper, at least that's what I've been told, is why the jump shot's kind of slow. It's just like a super slow jump shot, even though it's on very quick timing. I just don't know if he's a top 5 center in the game, so I want to keep him in probably A tier for now. Chet, I would say, is probably C. I think Chet's a decent center card, nothing crazy about him. He's 7 foot, a little bit skinny for the 5, but does have really good defensive stats. Dark Matter Dikembe, 1000% is a top 5 center in the game, and I think he easily goes in S tier. Great defender, one of the best shot blockers, and then also does have a great jump shot. The Pink Diamond Diop card, I would say, is probably B. I don't know if he's like the Mo Bamba or Sabonis level. I would say he's somewhat close and maybe a little bit better than Boogie at the 5, just because of his jump shot, his size, his player model. He's 7 foot with a really good wingspan, you know, plays very solid defense in game. So I think he's probably somewhere in that B tier category. Dark Matter D-Rob, once again, I'm not 100% sure if he's a top 5 center in the game. There's a lot of good center cards, at least at the top. You know, the center position is very top heavy. There's not really too many great budget options, but is Dark Matter D-Rob still a top 5 center? I would say most likely not, so I think he's probably going to be in that A tier category alongside Dwight Howard, another really good card. I just feel like they play so much better at power forward that they can still play center and have a lot of success with them at that center position. I just think they're so much better at power forward between the Dark Matter D-Rob and the Dark Matter Dwight. I mean, Dwight's got the defensive animations, he's got the stats and the badges to be able to play the center position. It's just he's only 6'11", so if you match up against a Yao, you're probably going to struggle a little bit on the defensive end, but is a still super athletic and very good defensive card. Mark Eden, I would say, is probably... See, I don't like Mark Eden that much because I like centers that can shoot the ball. You know, I like to build the space to the floor, run a lot of 5-out, you know, drive to the basket and kick, and he really does limit your offense in that way. But I understand, you know, he's a giant, he can guard the Yao Mings of the world, the Taco Falls, and he's a very good offensive rebounder, great defender. I understand that. It's just hard to put him in B tier for me personally, just because of his ability to not be able to shoot, like just his inability to be able to shoot. I don't know. I think I'll leave him in B tier for now. It's just really hard to rank Mark Eden for me personally, because I think for me, I kind of want to go C tier, but I understand for a lot of people, they probably go B or A tier. I'm just going to leave him in B tier for now. Eddie Curry is C. He's just not great. He's not good. He's just not great. He's just not bad though. Like, he's not terrible. So I think he's probably going to be in C tier. Marcus Gasol, I just don't think is very good at this stage. I'll probably throw Marcus Gasol in that D tier category. Hakeem Olajuwon, I think he's right up there with Dwight Howard and D-Rob. Amazing power forwards in the game that I thought I'd throw in this tier list just because they are primary centers, and I feel like a lot of people can still run them at the center spot. I just think they're so much better at power forward. I'm not 100% sure if they're going to be top 5 centers in the game. Chris came in probably C tier. Nothing too crazy about the card. Same thing with Walker Kessler. I mean, just decent center cards. Nothing crazy about them. They play good defense. They can rebound the basketball. I mean, Walker Kessler is an exceptionally good defender. I just don't know if I want to throw him in that B tier category. Dark Matter Kristaps is easily going to be our second S tier center card. I think he's probably the second or the third best center currently in the game. He's a great stretch 5. I mean, we all know Kristaps is such a good offensive center card, being 7'3" with a 7'6" wingspan. He's kind of what I hope Sabonis would more be like with how good of a jump shot he has, because I would much rather use KP's release over Sabonis's. And then he's also faster than Sabonis. He's just as good defensively. You know, he can stretch the floor better than Sabonis. So Sabonis, I would say, is probably just like a worse Kristaps. It's kind of the way that I look at him. Nate Thurman, I think, is B tier. I would say kind of closer to the end of B tier, but still not a bad center card. I think he might be a little bit better at power forward. But yeah, I would say Nate Thurman probably in B tier. Greg Oden gotta go A tier for me. I think he's a really underrated center in the game. For whatever reason, he just plays so good defense in game. I don't know if it's because of his player model, his wingspan, like whatever it is about this Greg Oden card. It's not like he's got crazy defensive stats off the charts where he's got like every single Hall of Fame defensive badge. He is very close to both of those, but it's just for whatever reason, it's got to be his player model or his animations, because this card just plays such good defense in game. And then I feel like offensively, he can still knock down a wide open 3. He's a great rebounder. I feel like he gets a lot of good paint stops and taller center cards. So I do think Greg Oden probably going to be an A tier. Olowokandi, I feel like is B. I would say also alongside Pink Diamond D-Rob. They're still decent center cards in the game. They're definitely not A tier anymore. I would say, you know, Diop might be slightly better, Boogie might be slightly better, but at the center position, I think D-Rob is still 7'1", has an okay jump shot, very solid defender, pretty quick, and then same thing with Olowokandi as well. Very good defensive cards, and they do have that height and size to play the center spot. I think Peter Gudmundsson, you guys know I have no idea how to say his name. I think he's probably an S tier. I do like him more at the 5 over a Greg Oden, over Dwight Howard, Hakeem, D-Rob, because I feel like those last 3 names, the Hakeem, D-Rob, and Dwight, they're a better card than Peter. I'll agree with that for sure, because they can play power forward as well, and they're a lot better at power forward than Peter is at center. It's just Peter, I think, at the center spot is slightly better because he's 7'2" with a, I think 7'10" wingspan. I believe that's what it is, right? Yeah, 7'2" with a 7'10" wingspan. Very good defender. Actually has a great jump shot on the card. Like, he's got a really solid release that I feel like is very easy to green. So he's easily, for me, gonna be in that S tier category. Dark Matter Kareem, I think, is probably also in S. It's really hard to say though, because Sabonis is really nice too. I think Kareem, because of his athleticism, his size, and his wingspan, I think he's probably got to be an S tier. Ryan Hollins is B. I think he's a very underrated center card in the game. Like, he plays good defense. He's got a solid jump shot. I mean, he's just like a solid center card in the game. Nothing too crazy about him. He doesn't like do anything exceptionally well, but I think Ryan Hollins is definitely very solid. I would take him over all the centers in C tier. Dark Matter Shaq, I think, is the same tier as Greg Oden. His jump shot is horrendous. Like, I feel like it's so hard to green, even if you are wide open with the Shaq card, but he does everything else at such a high level. He's 7'1" with a 7'7" wingspan. I mean, 97 speed on your center card, 97 acceleration, perfect defensive stats, almost every single Hall of Fame defensive badge, amazing to finish around the basket. We all know he's got an exceptionally good player model, you know, weighing 325 pounds, really wide player model, which is going to help on the defensive end. It's just a 63 ball, really no shooting badges, and also just like not a great jump shot that's very hard to green with. But besides the jump shot and the low 3 ball, Shaq is still one of the best dominant centers in the game. Simbu Lar, I think, for the same reason as Boban, I can't put him higher than D. He's got what, 25 speed, 30 speed? I don't even remember what Simbu Lar has. Is it 30 speed or something? I don't even remember. It's 30 speed. He's got 30 speed, 30 acceleration. I know he's 7'5" with the 7'9" wingspan. I just don't see the card being very good. Like, I've used him a couple times. He just gets ran around every single play. James Wiseman, I'll throw probably in the same tier as Eddie Curry. And then Wilt Chamberlain, for me personally, is going to be an A. I'm not the biggest fan of his jump shot. I think he might be better than a card like Shaq. He might be better than a card like Greg Oden, and then maybe even better than these 3 power forwards as well. And then Yao Ming, I think, is obviously going to be in the S tier category. I think Yao is still the best center. He's 7'6" and one of the more glitchy cards in the game. But let me know in the comment section down below, would you guys put the new Hero Sabonis in the S tier category? I definitely wouldn't put the heroic version because he's only got 66 speed, but this hero version does have 76 speed, and I think possibly could be an S tier because I don't know, like he's on the same level as like a Peter or Kareem for me. I think these are the top 4 centers in the game. You know, top 3 centers, Yao Ming, Dikembe, and Kristaps are easily S tier. After that though, I think cards like Will Chamberlain, cards like Peter, Kareem, Sabonis, I think all could be in that S tier category. So I'm gonna leave Sabonis in there for now and put 1 extra card in S. I think Will Chamberlain, like I said, could also be in there. I think these 3 power forwards I just put on the tier list just to have more cards, but they're just way better at the power forward position. I think the actual centers in A tiers like Will Chamberlain, Greg Oden, Shaq, the other Sabonis, and then Mo Bamba. And then these are just 3 really good power forward cards that can also play center and still be super nice at that spot. So I think for me, I will leave the Hero Sabonis in S tier, but let me know in the comment section down below where you guys would put him, and let me know all the type of other stuff with my center tier list. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.